Hi everybody, this is Chris Haughey. Thank you for joining me on Create with Chris. I'm super excited today. I'm going to be painting this adorable chick tag, perfect touch for Easter basket. It's super fun, it's customizable, you can add a name, change the colors, and the best part is you can create it in just 30 minutes. So let's grab our brushes and make something special for all those little peeps. This is the second in a series of 3 Easter basket tags. Even though it's getting close to Easter, these can be painted up in such a short period of time, and the smiles that they'll bring will make it all worthwhile. The pink bunny tag is a separate video, so make sure you check that out. These are MDF tags and they're a 2-piece set. Makes it really easy to paint. I've loaded my 3/4 inch oval wash with baby duck, starting more toward the center of the piece and brushing it toward the outer edges. That helps keep those side edges nice and clean. Once I get it covered, I'll go back and smooth those strokes out, let it dry, and give it a second coat. It's always a challenge to paint these little tiny lines. I'm using a flat cosmetic sponge. It's nice and dense on the bottom. Dampen it and then load it well with paint. Do not overload it. It just needs a light layer of paint. See how it keeps those edges nice and clean? I'm just lightly touching it on the surface, a very gentle kind of a tap. If it's pressed too hard, the paint's going to squish down the side edges. And if I can't hold on to it, I grab my stylus because that's just a little tiny point. Helps to keep that in position. Let it dry, and I did put 2 or 3 coats of paint on it. I want to shade around the outer edge of that chick, so I'm positioning that top layer. Just going to trace around that outer border with the white chalk pencil. This will erase, dissolve with water, so when I float over it, I don't have to worry about later on removing that line. I've loaded my 1/2 inch awesome angle with salted caramel. And I use quite a bit of moisture. I want it to really flow on well. I start just a little bit away from the edge, or from the line I drew, and then I walk it over past that line. I want that side edge to be tucked underneath that border. And just keep those strokes nice and fluid. My awesome angle is a little bit longer than most angles, so I can float almost all the way around before I have to reload. It really goes quickly. It's time to move that, gives time to work with that paint. Position that top layer, and I can see some places where the shading doesn't go down far enough. So because my paint is still not dry, I can go back, manipulate it, and move it a little bit further down. I'm going down from the top about 1 inch, making 2 dots for the eyes, the top of the nose, and then I put a dot underneath each eye for the sides, kind of scoop that up to the center. Do the same thing for the other sides, go down to the bottom and make a point, and bring those side edges of the beak down on the chick. And then I can go back, and if it's not quite even, I can go back and even it up with my brush. I'm using my Painter's Pal template to create the eyes. I've loaded my number 3 Spectacular stencil brush with soft black. Position the template, and I want to put that little dot I made right in the center. Wipe the brush off to get rid of excess paint. Lightly tap, and it will create a perfect round eye without any jagged edges. Very, very easily. Repeat for the second eye. Let it dry, and then I go back and add a second coat. 2 light coats is much, much better than 1 heavy coat. And that is true for everything that's painted. I've loaded my number 4 Radical Round with Canyon Orange. And I'm just using the tip of it almost like a liner brush to follow along that outer edge. And then I'll flip it over and repeat it for the bottom side to just paint in those outer edges. Once I get that painted in, I can go back and base coat it in solidly. When the brush is pressed down, it's almost like a filbert. I'll let that dry and go back and add a second coat to make it nice and opaque. Floating a little bit of salted caramel underneath the beak, the eyes, and the eyebrows makes the face look like it's not just painted on a flat surface, but it kind of helps the features to be a little more settled in the face area. I'm going to put a little bit of color in the eyes. I've picked up Aqua Sky on the toe of my 1/4 inch awesome angle. Float just a little bit along the bottom and up that right side. Just a soft hint of color. It just gives a little more life. I'm loading my 20-aught Epic script liner with Snow White. And I'm just going to do a press and pull to create a really nice comma stroke. And then just add a little dip dot of Snow White in the top left. You can use a 20-aught liner and the soft black paint, but I grabbed my 0.05 micron pen just to add the eyelashes and the eyebrows. Take your time and make slow, steady lines. I've picked up some heritage brick on the toe of my 1/8 inch angle, floating it across the bottom of the beak. I want to make him look like he has a little fat tummy, so I've loaded my number 12 diverse dry brush with Snow White. Wipe it over a paper towel and then just gently dry brush, and you can see how it creates just that bright glow. And it's just perfect to add that little bit of roundness. And then I thought, after I did his tummy, I liked that so well, I needed to add just a little bit more. And I bumped down to a smaller diverse dry brush, picked up some more Snow White, wipe it off on a paper towel, and then very gently dry brush kind of down the bridge of his nose and across his forehead. Went back to my diverse dry brush and cotton candy, and I'm just dry brushing the cheeks in, and I do both of them at the same time. That way they build up evenly, and I will not have one cheek that's perfect and another cheek that looks different. They're going to both build up at the same time, and just work with it until you're satisfied with the intensity. I picked up my tiny little diverse dry brush, a bit of Snow White, and added a little bit of a highlight on the beak and then a comma stroke. Wanted to brighten those cheeks up and make him look a little more whimsical. Add some highlights with Snow White and my stylus. I want the inside of the ears to be pink, so I'm using my chalk pencil to mark the areas that need to be painted. And then I picked up cotton candy with my number 4 Radical Round. I want to base coat the entire pink area just a tad bigger than the outline to make sure that it is completely covered when the top layer is repositioned. Picking up some wild berry with my 1/4 inch angle, and I'm floating around the outer edge of the ears. And because this was a smaller space, I floated one side, let it dry, and then I added floating on the other side. Let this dry really well, and then I'm adding just a blush of white in the center, and I'm using my diverse dry brush. If you haven't tried these brushes, they're good for everything. I just pick them up every time I paint, and it makes it so easy to add those soft little highlights, and what a difference they do make. Once that is in place, I position that top layer. I want to add dip dots, but I want to make sure that I don't have any dip dots that end up behind the border. So it's easier to put the border on there, add my dip dots. Just be careful when you lift that border up that you don't smudge any of those dip dots. I decided to dress up the border of the frame just a little bit, and I'm using a 0.05 micron pen, just making some little dashes and lines. And it's very random. It's a long line, 1 or 2 or 3 little dashes, putting it on the ears. With the micron, you can't go any faster than the ink can run down the tip, so slow down, take your time, and just make smooth, even lines. It just adds a really nice finish touch. I'm using Aleene's tacky glue, just kind of spreading it evenly across the frame. I've tried other glues. I don't have much luck with glue. This one I can work with. It seems like I have the best results. Everyone has their favorite. Then I'm just going to position it over the chick and make sure it's in the proper position. And then I just kind of press it down and hold it. I made a tiny little black and white gingham bow and I put it at the top left. I scooted it over to leave room for the hanging cord. This is how he looks with the little bunny. They look so cute together. I had so much fun painting this adorable chick tag. It's such a quick and easy project and I love how it turned out. If you paint some, I'd love to see them. Tag me or share it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. And if you enjoyed this, please share it with your crafty friend. Thanks for joining me, and I can't wait for our next painting adventure together. And remember, as always, a little bit of paint makes a big difference.